Was there a time that you doubted yourself the most, either during this or in any other moments? And if so, or a time where you just had other struggles with friends or family or just other stuff in life happening where you really doubted yourself? And if so, how did you overcome that doubt?
Right at the tail end of the pandemic, I told myself, I talked really, really down to myself, and I said, you've done so well in your life. You should probably coast. It's time to coast.
Chill.
Yeah, you've done so much. You've given so much. Like, relax, chill. And what that meant to me, just so I'm clear, so I'm clear to everybody else, it was like giving up. It was like, this is the end. And the end to me is when you're not pushing for the next level. You're not pushing to gain something else. And a couple of weeks passed and a couple of months passed, and I was really, putting my energy into TikTok. It was just like, okay, I'm not really messing with music. So I wasn't really like writing very many songs, and then I was like, when I was a kid, I dreamed of this place that I'm in right now.
Of getting to this place.
And my starting point was here. My ending point was here. I had to jump from here to here. I have way less of a climb to be the best in the world here than from here to here.
Right.
Why stop right here? That's like stopping at 97 push-ups. What are you doing? You gotta hit those last 3 reps, bro. You have to hit those last 3 reps. Like, you can't stop at 97. And in that realization is when I was like, I have to get off of this record label that I'm on. I have to get a new deal and go with a team that like really believes in me, so that like I'm hearing great things from other people as well. I feel like I had too much negativity in my ears, and when all of this negativity is coming your way and then you're talking down to yourself, it just weighs you down. So I needed like new energy.
Interesting.
And then when I was able to get off the label finally after a battle, I thought the world was going to be my oyster, and then it was just going to be like open arms, just like everybody's going to want to sign me. It was the craziest thing in the world. Again, I had sold 200 million records at that point, and crickets. It was just like,
no one wanted to sign you?
No one wanted to sign me.
But you were like the biggest social media star and selling albums, and
I was really on the rise of social media, yes. But there was no music. There was no music since like Swala.
What year was that?
Swala was like 2017.
Oh, so it'd been 4 or 5 years.
2017, 2018, something like that. So it was like,
does he still have it? With
yeah,
the music?
this is probably the end of the road for him. That kind of vibe. They didn't say that, but like I was feeling it. You know what I'm saying? So I thought I was gonna be able to go to this label. It was crickets. It was like, he's too expensive. We don't know if we want to go in that direction. Oh, we already have this person. It's a little too. It was like that conversation. So that put the biggest fire in my heart that you could possibly imagine.
Wow.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this myself. I'm gonna do it myself. So that's when I went on a run, and I put out Savage Love as a independent song.
That was huge.
Take Your Dancing as an independent song, and I was just dropping things independently. And
TikTok was blowing them up too. It was just like
exactly. So
everywhere.
I was the biggest independent artist on the planet, and then all those same record labels was like,
"Hey, come
what's
over
up?" Yes. I was like, nah, I'm straight. I'm not messing with you guys. So I went with Atlantic, who I felt, was aligned with my creative. They were aligned with what I wanted to do business wise and on my masters, and be a partner, not just signing to you, but we're going to be 50-50 partners
Wow.
in this, and I'm going to be the label as well. So yeah, so like it was that blow that
Wow.
took me again. Sometimes it's your lowest lows that get you to your highest highs.
Man,
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of people when they get money, fame, success, eventually they crumble, or they don't know how to manage it, or their ego gets too big, or they start treating people poorly, or just they kind of climb and then they fall.
Yep.
How have you learned to be like consistently climbing while also maintaining your sanity, your inner peace, your, self-love and self-care, as opposed to letting it all get to you too much where you crash and burn?
I think people stop and smell the roses too much. Like, we know the roses are beautiful. We know they smell great, but we're on a path, we're on a journey. Life is a journey, and it's a life journey. There's no destination, because we can always be better. We can always be greater. We can always be a better version of us. And what happens is everybody usually makes their first, their first steps are usually the great ones, right? When you're hungry, you don't necessarily know where your next meal is coming from. You're down in the dumps. You don't like how people are treating you. You want to be better in life. You want to have this, you want to have that, and you want girls to look at you a different way. You want to drive nice things, boom, boom, boom. But then when you arrive and you get those things, even though it may be temporary, when you get them, it's like, oh, I'm good. I'm lit. I made it. And then you take a deep breath and you're like, oh yeah, this life, this is what I've been waiting on. This is just. But what you're forgetting is success is never owned. It's rented. There's somebody hungry always. There's always somebody younger, hungrier, more talented, more driven than you are. So they're not going to stop coming. That competition doesn't stop coming at you. Just because you've arrived here doesn't mean there's not millions of people just on your neck and waiting on that slot to open up.
I love one of your rules for your dreams is, I think it's the rule number 4 in the book, is success is for rent and you'll never pay it off. The rent is due every single day if you want to stay at that level or get to the next level.
Definitely.
Did you ever feel like there was a moment when you stopped paying rent and you saw, oh, this is really affecting me in a negative way? Or have you always been consistent in some way in your life?
I've always been really consistent in some way. Honestly speaking, I think my greatest gift is my work ethic. Mm-hmm. I was blessed with a lot of things, but my biggest gift, I feel like, was that.
Yeah. How do you manage fame now? Because you had a certain level of fame before, sold over 200 million records before the social media fame, but now you're like a whole nother level of people knowing you and connected to you in a different way. How did you manage it then versus how do you manage it now with more people in your business now?
I'm kind of like an average Joe kind of guy.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, I got the green hair, I got the ring, I got 100 million followers, just kind of average Joe kind of guy.
No, what I mean is, like, I'm not really really sensitive or like super emotional, or like, I'm just kind of like regular average dude,
Yeah.
So like, I just want to be respected just like everybody else. And I know when I'm meeting people for the first time, it might be their only chance to ever meet me. So I generally try to make it the best situation that they could have had, right? Because it's the one chance. I just have a couple rules. When I'm eating, I don't do it when I'm eating. When I'm with my son, I don't do it when I'm with my son. at the age that he's at now. Maybe down the line,
Right.
you know, when he's a little older. But yeah. Besides that, it's all good. Oh, when I'm working out, it's 50-50.
I saw you at the gym recently. We
Yeah.
were both there. You were working out, and I think you were with a trainer or a friend.
Yeah.
And I knew you were going to be coming on, but I was like, oh, he looks pretty focused. Next time, after we meet on the show, then I'll say hi
That's
next
my
time.
guy.
I'm curious. Love is something that I feel like a lot of people want, they crave, and they don't know how to manage. When do you feel the most loved in your life?
In a relationship, or
Anything.
I feel really loved in a relationship when my girl or whoever I'm seeing cooks for me.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a real thing. I don't know if like it's like if I'm old fashioned or what it is, but like I just appreciate it so much, like on a different level, I think, because it seems like so underrated to other people, but I'm just like
You feel
she
taken
cooks.
care of or loved? Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the ultimate love to me. I guess, you know, it's true. The way to my heart is through my stomach for sure. I don't know if that's the fat boy in me or what it is, but like I'm like, oh yeah, she really messes with me. Like she
cares.
Yeah, she cares. She put her heart and soul into this. Yeah. So that's my favorite.
Interesting.
And in my career,
Just in life, when do you feel loved the most? When do you feel the most loved? Is it when you're have an idea, like you talked about, I got this idea and I'm gonna go work on this song or this video or this business, and the process? Is it when you've created something and people are resonating, they're sharing it, they're singing your music? Is it, you know, positive comments? Is it just hanging with your friends? Is it when your dog is laying on you? Like, when is that time?
yeah, I think when I feel the most love is when I'm with my family, and we just have our moments, and I think it's usually around food and drinks.
So food. How do you stay so fit though with all this food and drinks?
I work out a lot, man.
Because you're shredded, man.
Oh, thank you, man.
How does a fat kid stay shredded?
Don't eat. Nah.
Are you pretty regimented though on your food intake and your calorie intake, or how do you?
So I've yo-yoed. I've done every diet. I've done every fad, every single thing though.
Fasting to keto to paleo to whatever, yeah. 7 meals a day to 2 meals a
12
day.
meals a day. Salmon shakes.
Yeah.
Liquid diet, fruit diet. Literally everything under the sun. So I know exactly how each thing reacts to my body and how it works. And I really try to now have a sustainable, like asking my body, not asking too much of my body in terms of what I'm eating, right? So I need some sort of pleasure. I enjoy having a drink or two. I'm not willing to just go cold turkey and not have any drinks. So I know that in the back of my mind, I'm going to have some carbs that are not great for me.
Right.
So I need to do this, and this so that I can offset that. And I think it's the same I make these Millie meals, which are these crazy desserts, and people are saying, how do you eat those? And then like,
What is a Millie meal?
A Millie meal is every time I get 1 million followers.
I think I've seen this, like a big bucket of ice cream or something, or what do you?
All kinds of like crazy. I've made like fried ice cream tacos. Like I made like humongous ice cream, chocolate chip sandwiches, like everything you can imagine. Like a cotton candy sandwich, all kinds of crazy.
So when you hit 1 million followers, 1 million more followers, you'll do a big celebration with food.
So I've done a lot of them.
Dude, you got to invite me over for one of those, man.
For sure.
I know you're not going to finish it all.
For sure. I don't, man. I don't. But I usually invite people over to have it. And it's 9 times out of 10 really, really good. Sometimes it's not great. But
wow.
But yeah, it's all about trying to it's a balance. If I know I'm gonna have that meal at night, I might fast, or I might have bone broth with some veggies in it, and that's usually been the game changer for me. But if I'm trying to like get shredded for something, then I go crazy. So like for instance, I'm going to Bali, in a couple of days, and I'm gonna shoot a music video for Glad You Came, my new song that's about to come out. So I want to look like super duper, like I want to look like a bug.
Wow. So you're eating like one meal, like 1,000 calories a day, and doing cardio and lifting.
I'm doing bone broth, so that's doing. I have like a little something. So like earlier today, I had like some popcorn.
Okay.
And like I had a couple grapes and like some watermelon, and then like bone broth with veggies in it. So it's not terrible. Right. It's not terrible. Watermelon and popcorn, game changers.
Wow.
Barely any calories. It's lit.
I've got a couple final questions for you. This has been really inspiring, and I'm so glad that you're opening up about all these different areas of your life and business and branding. So much has happened for you in the last really 12 years with these, well, I guess 14 years with these kind of three big moments. It's 2023. Where do you see the next 7 years? What's the vision you have for the next 7 years of what you want to be doing with your time, the things you want to be creating in the world, and the impact you want to have by 2030?
I asked a lot of really high-level people to give me a quote, advice to the reader, right? And how they could help the reader succeed. And I asked a lot of really high-level people that I didn't think would respond or do it. And they did. There's a lot of amazing people in there, from Will Smith to Ellen DeGeneres to David Guetta, to all kinds of amazing people. And I asked, there's like some white billionaires in there that I really respect. And I asked two people that it was really important for me to have two high-level black guys with high net worths. So I asked Tyler Perry.
He's inspiring.
Yeah. And I asked Magic Johnson. And they didn't give me the quotes, man.
Really?
And that really,
why not?
It really did something to me.
Huh.
Because I specifically said, as a young black man, before I became, who I am today, and I was reading this book and I was trying to be inspired, I would want to hear from somebody that I thought was overly successful to know that I can do it as well. And I said that to them. I said, listen, it's really important for you, for our community, for you to say something, share something. It could be literally anything.
It could be 5 words.
5 words. It would just mean a lot to that young black kid to hear from you. And they didn't respond.
Interesting.
But that just put a little more fuel to my fire to now, like I have to become that guy.
Wow.
Because like I need to be that. I want to be that voice. I really want to inspire and let them know that it's a possibility. The kids where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? So I want to be able to speak those words myself if I couldn't get it from somebody else.
Right. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, thank you.
That's inspiring.
I can go back to 3 major moments in my life where my whole world kind of was slowed down, that I was able to take a large leap of growth.
What was that?
My first moment was when I got a publishing deal